Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Dirty and
DZAN. What is going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, July 7th for you. Friday, July 9th. Dirty D, we missed 2 weeks. Give me the finger because you're going to say it's my fault. There it is.
It is your fault. It's always your fault.
It's only half
You
my
don't know
fault.
this by now.
It's only half my fault. That's it. And since we haven't talked in a while, how was your 4th?
It was okay. Honestly, I didn't go to the fireworks.
No.
I did light some off myself. Not a lot. I haven't done that in a while. I used to go all out, man.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know if you heard about this, but some very disturbing news. The goaltender, he's a backup goaltender, but he's an NHL goaltender for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, but Matisse is his first name. And he was killed by getting hit in the chest with a firework.
What a freak accident, man. What a freak accident.
The weirdest shit you'll ever hear. Not to say it's never happened before. I'm sure it has, but it's an odd way to go, man.
It's a very odd way to go. Yeah. That's some Final Destination shit.
Exactly. And you got this poor kid, man. He's not achieved his dreams yet, but he's clearly on his way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man. I just can't imagine what his family's going through, and just a mess.
It's a rough one. That's a rough one.
That's a rough one. Sorry to bring it down.
No, it's all good, man. It was good, man. I did fireworks with the kiddos. This is the first year that I let them run up and light them with me. So I quickly told them, run. So they run away from it and they watch them pop off. They had a great time. It was a blast.
Right on.
All right, guys. So since we were not with you last week, we know there was a bye week on July 3rd. But we forgot to talk about, of course, last week because we weren't here, is Vegas 30. First thing I want to talk about is Albuquerque's finest. Tim,
the Dirty Bird,
the OG, triple OG,
the Dirty Bird, the poor man's Tom Brady.
I love Tim Means, man.
Me
and
too,
what a
man.
fucking performance on Saturday, man.
Good
what
to
a
see.
great fucking fight.
I can't express to you the joy that gave me.
Yeah.
Because he's had a rough way to go. And he's always been a really good fighter, but I forget who he was fighting. It was, I don't know, this is 2 or 3 years ago. But I remember there was an illegal knee, I believe it was. And it seemed like right after that, and he was clearly winning that fight.
Right.
Ends in a DQ. And you could tell he was on his way. Ends up getting that DQ. And it seemed like everything just went south on him as soon as that happened. And it was so frustrating as a fan because I knew he was much better than what we were getting.
That, right. Yep.
Yeah. And so, could not be happier for Tim Means, man. Talk
about a fight that you were winning and then ends up going south. Andre Touchy-Feely.
Oh,
so sharp with his striking. He had those heavy leg kicks, or he took those heavy leg kicks, but he stayed in it. But goddamn, man, that damn no contest. I'm so sick of these gloves. He was winning that whole fucking fight. They get against his cave. He tried pushing off his chest and the finger went right in. And I mean, I'll give it to his opponent. He was just guessing when that referee was like, how many fingers? And he's like, 1. And he's like, what? No. So, I mean,
let me pause you right there because I happened to catch this story from Bisping on his podcast. I think it was either this last one or the one before that. He was talking about, because, he's got a dead eye.
Right.
And apparently before the fight, the referees always come in and, give their speech or whatever. And they asked him, how many fingers am I holding up? Well, apparently Jason Perillo, his coach, they knew that this was going to take place. So they had a system.
Yes.
That if the guy was holding up 1 finger, he would cough. He was holding up 2 fingers, he would sneeze. 3 fingers, he would clap. Or, and it was this thing they had worked out. And so Thought I'd interject.
Leave
anyway.
it to the
But,
count. Leave it
yeah,
to the
right
count.
on.
You know what I mean? And motherfucker, man. These you don't get as OG as that. That's
No.
fucking
Yeah,
insane.
that's gangster.
Tanner Bozer.
Mm.
Look, I'm not impressed. The fence grab or post, if you would call it, it didn't look good. That whole final exchange really tired OSP out, and then he KO'd him. It's just controversial.
Yeah,
Look,
I have a different view of that.
Really? Yeah. Well, look, I'll leave it and say this. Jason Herzog is my favorite fucking referee ever. If he says he didn't grab the fence, he didn't grab the fucking fence.
He didn't.
So the Pope, look.
That's what I'm going to say, because I watched the video very, very intently. You can clearly see his hand in one frame. You can clearly see his hand that is not in the fence, and it wasn't even in a position of engagement.
Yeah, it wasn't even faced the right way, right? It was
exactly
opposite. It's like this.
Yeah. And on top of the fact that you have the ref right there and he's saying he didn't grab it.
Well, see, and this is where the controversy comes in, because if you saw Jason go in, we went in almost to pause it, and then he noticed. Stopped.
And that's why OSP's pissed at Herzog, because not because of the phantom fence grab or quote unquote fence grab.
Right.
He was pissed because he felt as though Herzog was coming in to stop the fight.
Right.
And so he's saying because of that is why he reacted the way he did. And yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, you don't stop until the referee goes in. Even if you feel like he's about to go in, don't stop until the referee is physically pulling you off. And
if you're playing basketball, you shoot until you hear the buzzer. Yeah. You don't, in hockey, you shoot until you hear the buzzer. In football, well, that's a little different because you can.
You just keep fucking going until the referees blow the whistle.
That's the bottom line.
Fucking go.
That's the bottom line.
All in all, I'm not impressed with Tanner. I don't really like this guy too much. I'm just gonna be honest.
I do like him, and I think he's a great fighter, and I don't think we've seen anywhere near his best yet. Yeah. I think he still has some headroom. So I'm going to take the other side of that from you, because I do like him.
Gan Volkov, 2 eye pokes, no points taken. Then Gan wins by decision. And we'll talk about this later. I want to spend some time, but I'm just going to say this. And that motherfucker is going to be fighting for an interim title. Go ahead, D.
I'll leave it at that.
All right. Well, that was Vegas 30, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Let's move right along. Let's talk about some fights that happened outside of the octagon. Dirty, please tell us about Joe. What happened with Joe Schilling?
Well, from all accounts, in the video that I watched a few dozen times, and then hearing part of the story from Joe Schilling's point of view is this guy was there. He was rapping along to a lot of hip hop and rap songs.
Yeah.
And as we know, the N-word is utilized very predominantly in rap.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't just, listen, let me back up here a second, because I can kind of personalize this a little bit. And DZAN will tell you, this is something that I have struggled with for years, ever since I started listening to rap about three and a half years ago, I'd say. I'm a musician, so I like to sing along, and I like to hum the melody, or even sometimes, if depending on the song, I'll rap along with it.
Yeah.
And there's so many times when, it's so difficult to not say it. And I don't say it, but when you're flowing along with it, it sneaks up on you sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's that side of it. And I get that, but that's not what this guy was doing.
Right.
He was emphasizing the N-word. According to Joe Schilling, he was emphasizing the N-word every time he said it. Every time that word came up in the song, he would go overboard with it.
Right,
And
right.
he left that alone. And then the incident happened, which is, it looks like he goes to the bathroom, he comes back, and on his way back, that guy's kind of in his way. He gives him a bit of a nudge as he walks by. I'm guessing he said something, because as soon as Joe turned around, he just dropped him. 2 shots, two-piece in a soda,
Yeah. Yep.
and that was a wrap. But if Joe Schilling's account is truthful, and I can't imagine that it's not, because by all accounts, Joe Schilling is not the kind of guy to make something like this up.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know anybody in this world that can blame him, unless you're just a flat out racist and you love using that word yourself and you're protective of that word. I mean, other than that, I don't know how in the world you can marry the idea that Joe Schilling was in the wrong. And the fact that he let it go on as long as he did is kind of remarkable. So that's my take on it.
Now, the polar opposite of a way to take some verbal assaults, or in this case, physical assault, Bisping got assaulted on Bourbon Street, and we didn't see the young count. No. We saw a very mature family man who laughed it off because he was, as he would say, slapped in the face by a little girl.
It was helpful that the dude couldn't punch.
Right.
And he walked, because Bisping had his phone out, and he walks up to Bisping and he says, "Hey, you're not allowed to film this." First of all, they're on the streets of New Orleans.
Yeah, what the fuck? What do you mean?
What are you thinking, dude? You cannot control what people do on the streets, man.
Yeah.
And you need to be slapped. So the fact that Bisping didn't hit him back tells me that it didn't affect him in any way.
In the slightest.
Right. And the dude, I don't think he realizes how fortunate he was. You know, how many times have we watched a video where a bully gets beat up? And we clap, and that would have been this situation here.
Oh, 100%.
Biting off more than you can chew.
Oh yeah. I fucking loved it, man.
Not all UFC fighters look tough. I mean, for every Francis Ngannou, there's a Davy Grant. No, there's a Davy Grant.
There's a Davy Grant. Yes.
Or Ryan Hall's another one. Yeah.
There's a Chase Hooper. There is a
Right.
There are these little
killers
guys
that
just don't.
You would never
are very
guess.
unassuming.
Yes.
Right. I fucking love it, man. Let's give a quick shout out to one of the GOATs, the GOAT, one of the GOATs. As you know, I have a catalog of GOATs, and he is in one of the front
DZAN,
pages.
you guys does not understand what
GSP
GOAT means. But yes, GSP is the GOAT. I don't think there's any question about that.
From his amazing BJJ rituals at his fucking age, and then grappling with one of the best non-gi grapplers on the ground. This man, I mean, he could still be champion today.
I'm going to make a prediction that
100%.
That GSP lives past 100.
Oh my God. Yeah. He's going to fight again in 2 years. He's waiting for that UFC contract to be up, and then he's fighting for charity or anything that makes sense. I love it.
UFOs.
Or UFOs. He's going to fight some aliens. That's right. While he's being captured again.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
give
exciting,
also
though. Yeah.
Let's give also a quick shout out to Paige Van Zandt, who's going to be back in the BKFC July 23rd against Rachel Ostovich. To say the least, DZAN will be watching this one.
You're hanging around me too much, man. I'm going to get you in a lot of trouble. No, yeah, that is exciting. And, I don't know where, I still don't know where I stand on the whole bare knuckle thing, but you got to give some serious credit to Paige.
Mm-hmm.
You got this pretty cute little thing, and she could have easily just relied on her looks to get her through life. She hasn't done that.
She's making a lot of money as an influencer, and she just no, she wants to keep fighting. It's in her. I fucking love that, man. I fucking love that. You gotta respect that shit, bro.
You really
gotta
do.
respect
You
that.
know, she's another one, right? I mean, if that guy walked up and told Paige Van Zant, turn your phone
Right.
off, he might not realize what he got himself into.
Exactly. Yeah. You're fucked. You're about to be armbarred to death, bitch.
Yeah, because if he can't hurt Bisping,
Yeah. That's what I love most about Bisping, and you know that it didn't affect him, is that he was just making fun of it so much, and he would say, before I was attacked by a very large man. You know what I mean? Before I was physically assaulted.
right?
The last shout out I want to give to is T Wood starting his training with Floyd, posting up those photos. Come on, T Wood, bring it home.
Dude,
Bring it home for us.
This is nothing more than gamesmanship, man. You know fucking a well that Jake Paul is fuming. He is fuming at the idea that Floyd is helping T Wood.
Yep.
With that said, I think T Wood needs all the help he can get. And let me tell you something. There are a lot of people, and DZAN knows, and most of you guys know me well enough to know that I cannot stand these Paul brothers. All right.
Yep.
But by all accounts, he's killing it in the gym.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
He is.
I'm getting slightly concerned. Because
He can strike.
because yeah, and not because of Jake Paul. It's because of Woodley. The two fights that he fought Wonder Boy. Honestly, I felt as though Wonder Boy won one of those two fights.
I agree with that
and
first
quite
fight.
frankly,
Yes.
I think they're interchangeable. So I don't know which one it was, but there was one of the fights I truly believe that Wonder Boy won that fight.
Yeah, it was the fight that they ended in the draw. I think it was 100% Wonder
it was
Boy's fight.
Majority draw, right?
Yes.
Which I don't understand that at all. But anyway, ever since then, it just seems that T Wood has just not had the hunger, and I'm very concerned about it, and I'm beyond concerned for T Wood himself. I'm concerned for MMA in the community, because this could be another one that bites the dust.
Right.
And at some point, I wish Dana would let the reins go just a little bit. Let GSP fucking fight the boxer.
De La Hoya.
Golden Boy. Yeah. De La
Yeah.
Hoya.
Cokehead.
Yeah. I just wish
That would have been an easy win for us. I don't
know, man. I don't know. But I promise you, at the very least, the boxing community would have a tremendous amount of respect for GSP at the end of that fight.
Yeah.
That much I can say with a certainty.
Yeah.
Because right now, the boxing community still laughs at UFC and MMA fighters. They just feel superior to them. Even though we know better. I mean, boxing is a single skill, and MMA is just beyond multiple skills. I mean, it's just the depths of skills that some of these guys, like Khabib. I mean, when Khabib first came in, all he was a hugger, a leg hugger.
Yep.
And he learned how to strike, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he hurt Conor a couple of times in their fight. He stunned.
A couple. I'll say two.
He stunned Dustin once.
Yes,
he stunned Justin Gaethje a couple of times.
Yeah, he did. So, but Gaethje leaves himself open.
He does, of course. He leads with his head, of course.
But you're absolutely right. Khabib is so unorthodox. That shovel hook that he throws is incredible. It's really cool. I really like that shit.
And I can imagine what kind of problems that kind of thing would present a boxer. You know, even if it was just striking. And if you remember in the Floyd and Conor fight, when Conor did that jump switch thing he did, you seen the look on his face. Floyd never seen thing like that in his life. because it's
Or how
unorthodox because
it
he's
was
not.
natural for Connor to try and take his back every time, and the referee had to stop
Yeah,
doing that.
right,
Stop
right.
doing.
Yep,
Stop it.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Let's get into this big topic here. Derek Lewis versus Cyril Gane, UFC 265 in Houston, August 7th for the interim heavyweight title. Now, I'm not
bullshit.
too upset about this.
Bullshit.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Please. Let's go over your thought. I wasn't too happy with Gane's performance of the Volkov fight, but I'm not mad at this. Tell me why you're so upset, Dirty D.
I love Derek Lewis, the Black Beast. He's anybody that knows me knows he's one of my favorite fighters of all time. Cyril Gane is undefeated. It's an obvious matchup. But in my opinion, Cyril Gane needed another fight before he lands somebody of the stature of Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis should be fighting for the title.
Yes.
Or at the very least, and I don't know who it would be, give him a different opponent than Cyril Gane. I am not on board with Cyril Gane as of this point. New information always changes your mind. But
Right.
as of right now, I'm not on board with Cyril Gane. I don't believe he should be in an interim title fight. I don't have a problem with the matchup with Derek Lewis in as much as I have a problem with it being for now. The question, and here comes the shiny red ball again. Why is it an interim fight? And clearly there is a breakdown between management for Francis and Dana. There's a clear breakdown here because Dana did an interview. He's done a bunch this week, but it was either on the Mac Life or
the one he did yesterday, the ESPN interview yesterday, right? Was that where he was talking about Francis? That was
with
that
Beto
I can't remember
Komodo?
the English dude. No, the English guy. I can't remember his name.
The Stop the Fight guy.
No.
Anyway, regardless. So I don't like the fact that this is for an interim title fight. I'm not saying that that you don't have an interim title fight if you're having problems booking a fight with Francis, because the reality is he's only fought for it once. He hasn't defended it.
Right. And he won it 3 months ago.
And he won it 3 months ago, and he wants to wait another 4 months. No, that's not going to fly, man. You're not GSP. You're not Khabib. You're not John Jones. You're not DC. You haven't done shit yet. And quite frankly, if this continues, I'm going to be out as a fan for Francis.
Well, see, and I think that this was the thing. If Francis, I think, is holding out for that John Jones fight, John Jones holding out for Francis, and Dana's like, fuck you. Right. We're doing interim. And this is why I'm not upset about the interim. I'm upset for Francis in the fact that does it diminish his title maybe a little bit in the eyes of some casual fans because there's going to be another title out there. It is only 3 months after he won the belt, and Stipe and DC held it up for years. I get that. But look, at the end of the day, you should be on the side of the fighters. Whoever wins this fight is going to get pay-per-view points. They're going to get a much better deal for that title fight. So yes, does it suck that there's an interim champion 3 months after the champion was crowned? Yeah. But at the end of the day, whenever the fight happens, Derek Lewis versus Ngannou or a Gane versus Ngannou, you'll know that Gane or Derek Lewis is going to be taken care of as a fighter. They're going to get their pay-per-view points. They're going to get a bigger slice of that pie than they would as a challenger, which is the exact reason why Dustin took the fight with Conor over the title fight with Charles.
Yeah. But I think there's one serious flaw in that logic, and that is that Derek Lewis is on a big contract. He's got a big contract. Whereas Cyril Gane, he's probably, if I had to guess, he's probably fighting 80-80. maybe 100,
Yeah.
100. He's not on a big contract, and we're ready to reward him with pay-per-view points.
Right.
It's not working for me, man. I don't like it. So that's where I'm at.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I try to get Dirty to see the
not
light,
switching.
but he's
Do
still
not change
he's
my
still in the
mind.
dark.
It's birthday week. God damn it.
That's right. It is birthday week. He can say whatever the
Birthday
fuck
week.
he wants.
I get away with anything I want this week.
Well, Dirty birthday boy. Let's talk
Tell my
about
wife that, will you?
let's talk about some upcoming bouts.
Well, I think it's really important to know, and you probably know because you'll have seen it. You know what? I'm going to make you wait. I'm gonna post this one 2 hours before I post the one we're going to talk about, and we're going to do a breakdown of the fight of Dustin and Connor all separately. So just look for a love fest from Connor and DZAN here, and that's what that side will be, and I'll talk real. But
I always keep it real, especially when it comes to the GOAT.
Oh my God! Oh, Artem, we're gonna do a separate.
No, but his best friend Connor.
Okay. Yeah, but so anyway, yeah, we're gonna do a separate breakdown of that, and because we have to record these on Wednesday, we may be adjusting the way we do picks, but I think we're probably going to do a live stream on Instagram.
I think so.
Yeah, and this is DZAN's idea. I'm not sure how this will work out, and truth be told, I've never even done a live stream on Instagram, and then I have to carve out some time because it's fucking birthday week, and DZAN doesn't.
Look, he's already pre-mad. He's already pre-mad at me, ladies and gentlemen.
Doesn't all give good. 2 shits about birthday week for Dirty. It's
my birthday present to you, to hear me talk about the one, the only.
Well, then
Conor
keep
McGregor.
Your presents.
Oh,
yeah, that's what all this will be about.
All right, let's talk about some upcoming bouts before we talk about UFC 264. Islam Makhachev finally gets his bout versus Thiago Moises, UFC Vegas 31, July 17th. So 1 week removed from this, we get Islam's next fight. Very exciting. It's a guy that finally accepted an Islam fight. Well, he's about exciting as Khabib is in a third round.
That's true. Yeah. And you know, listen, I fully admit, and I am very keenly aware that Khabib is one of the greatest that the sport has ever seen. I just don't enjoy watching his fights. Yeah.
He's not even top 10, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, all right. Wow.
Now
you're going to get some hate, Mr.
IDGAF. All right. Khamzat Chimaev apparently declined a bout with Luke Rockhold.
He did.
Rockhold apparently accepted Khamzat, and he was declining, saying that he's going to stay at 170. Rockhold accepted both times. They offered August 7th. They offered August 28th. Rockhold said, in all respect, doesn't he fight everyone?
Uncle Dana to the rescue, because then Uncle Dana comes flying in and says, well, I want him to focus on 170.
I really want him to. Yeah.
You know, it's always obvious when Dana likes somebody.
It is always
obvious when Dana doesn't like somebody.
Whenever he starts a sentence off with, well, when you look at everything, yeah, that's what some bullshit is about to spill out.
Prefacing shit.
Yeah. Well, when you look at what has been done, what the guy's done, you don't.
Yeah. Hang on one second. Actually, before we get into this, I misspoke, because the fight breakdown for Connor and Dustin will be up Thursday, so you will have already seen it.
You guys already saw
DZAN.
all my wonderful and very astute takes on the Conor Poirier fight.
I have never seen anybody break.
I am so excited for this fucking
to pat themselves on the back. You guys, let me tell you something.
I'm kidding.
He's not playing it up for you.
I'm not.
I can show you the DMs. I have never seen him so excited in my life.
It is the biggest pay-per-view of the year, and I'm so excited. All right. But before we get into that, I keep getting too hype. I want to get into it already. All right. Edson Barbosa versus Giga Chikadze is going to happen August 28th, the same night as the Jake Paul and T Wood fight. Oh. I will be watching both. I will be watching both. I will be watching the Edson fight after I watch the other fight live. All right. And next, Paul Craig. Our new favorite light heavyweight, Paul Craig, is actually going to be
Paul Craig.
I really do. If I could say it just 1,000 times,
we've all figured that out.
Gustafson, he's fighting Gustafson, UFC 266, September 25th. That date could change. They keep kicking around September 4th and September 25th, but nevertheless, UFC 266, Paul Craig versus Alexander Gustafson. Talk about a fucking hill to climb for Paul Craig. I'm excited for this one. And this is going to be right before the Teixeira and Blachowicz fight. So I love it.
You know,
but we can't forget about Yuri Prochazka, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Yuri.
No, I'm not sleeping.
But he's going to be a backup. He's going to be a backup. I believe.
Oh, he is. I didn't know that.
For the Blachowicz and Teixeira fight, he's going to be a backup.
Right on.
So, yep.
That would be interesting.
Oh, fuck yeah. Light heavyweight is looking green again, brother. It's looking good again.
It thickened up just like
real
that.
quick. As soon as the goat left.
When John left and Jan filled that hole, and then Jan beats Reyes on top of all of that.
Yep.
And then Izzy bounces back down.
Yep.
It was so thin. It seems like almost overnight, it just filled back up like that.
We have all these people popping up now, new to old. Yes, it's back on again.
It's an interesting time. And, and then you got people, at 185, like, and 170, like Wonder Boy. And you got, oh my God, this is in lightweight, heavyweight. This is as thick of a roster as they have had ever.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's saying something.
With 3 C's, triple thick. All right. The last upcoming fight, not really a date or anything, but Jorge Masvidal looking to fight in October or September.
Possibly Mr.
Possibly
Diaz.
Colby,
which one?
possibly
we don't know.
Nick. Yeah, right. He said possibly Nick, possibly Colby.
Hey, listen, we gotta talk about this a little bit because I don't know about the look of this stuff. If I'm Nate, the last thing in the world I want is for Nick Diaz to fight Jorge.
Yeah, I would not want my older brother.
It's such a bad look for Nate.
Yeah.
And we know who Nate is. And if anybody could pull this off, it is Nate Diaz. And I think he still holds his credibility, but it's not a good look.
Nope.
Nevertheless, no matter how you slice it, no matter how you dice it, it just doesn't look good to have your big brother come in and beat up the guy that beat you up.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing that could happen for Nate is if Jorge won.
Right.
At least it would give some kind of credibility. Oh, shoot. Hang on 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Dogs were going nuts, guys. Sorry about that.
No problem. Before we dive into the UFC 262 and kind of gloss over 264. Come on, DZAN, get your shit together. Let's talk real quick about the 2 pullouts. Kevin Lee injured against Sean Brady. So I think they're going to reschedule that fight. So
Phenom.
That fight just got pulled. Yep. That sucks. That was going to be a really good fight. Kevin Lee continues to put himself in these situations where he's fighting an undefeated up and comer. It worked out with Gregor, but Sean Brady is just not that guy to test yourself like that against to see if you still got it.
And you rest assured that Mr. Lee is on his last legs.
Yeah, I believe so too.
He is. Dana already wasn't a huge fan of his. You could tell that.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know, man.
He tries to talk too much like Connor. It just doesn't work out. His shit talking is a little stale.
Connor can lose 6 out of 8 fights and be fine. You're not Connor. So stop with the Connor shtick. It's not yours. You don't own it. Connor owns it. So leave it alone, man.
Luis Smolka pulled out of his fight against Sean O'Malley for 264. He was out with staph infection.
Yeah.
Sean
Listen,
O'Malley.
man. Listen, man. I can't. I'm out. I'm out.
Yo, you want to hear what Sean O'Malley said?
I heard, but
He said that he licked the mats. He said that Luis Smolka licked the mats to give himself staph infection to get out of this fight.
Yeah. And now I know he's doing shtick. Okay. And I know that that was just to rouse him up. And
it's to troll.
It's a way to troll him.
I just hate that people buy into that shit.
I do too.
It really fucking upsets me.
But here's the thing is, it's not people. It's only O'Malley fans.
Right.
He has a lot of them.
He's got a lot of them.
That. Yeah. But it's only the O'Malley fans that are into it. Nobody else on planet Earth is.
Yep.
And until Sean O'Malley figures that part out, he's made some serious missteps. And, it started with the undefeated stuff. Right. And now he's got a segment that he does on his YouTube channel called Undefeated. I mean,
yes.
And I understand what he's doing. He's trolling everybody, but it's not working, Sean. It's not working, bro. Stop. Yeah. It's not working.
So the replacement, they did find a replacement in just under a week's notice. They signed this guy for replacement.
Wait. Before you get into to say who his replacement is, let me take a guess. This guy is a world killer, and he's been in the UFC for 20 years, right? Right?
No, sir. This guy is going to be making his UFC debut at 9-4. With the 2-fight win streak.
So the UFC did it yet again for Sean O'Malley.
Right.
Listen, let me tell you guys something. The ones that are going in. No, I'm fucking going in, man. Fuck this shit. The people that bitch about Conor getting fucking preferential treatment, you know what? Conor never said no to a fucking fight. Conor's never said no to a fight. And Conor has fought fucking killers. Okay? Dennis Seaver at the time was no fucking joke. Diego Brandao was a decent fighter. Max Holloway, Minnie Mendez, Chad Mendez, Nate Diaz. These are fucking killers that he fought. Sean O'Malley hasn't fought shit. The only person that he fought that had any kind of fucking gravitas in the UFC is Chito Vera, and he fucking lost to him. I'm out on this guy. I don't understand, other than the fucking blue and yellow hair, what his fucking appeal is. All right, I'm done. It's safe.
All right.
You can.
He is 9-4. I'm just kidding. Look, I totally agree with everything you're fucking saying. I totally agree. Will I be picking Sean? Yes. I don't. Come on. I mean, come on.
The guy. How do you pick against him in this situation?
Exactly.
I mean, the guy, we've never seen him fight. A. B. He's 9-4.
Yep.
He's never fought anybody in the UFC.
All right, turn the card back off. Here we go. We are getting started. Let's look at the card here. I'm looking even at the early prelims, Dirty. Jennifer Maia versus Jessica I. Talk about a sleeper
early
fight.
Prelims.
Hello. This
nuts.
is going to be the card of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the card of the year. We have Brad Tavares on the early prelims. Come on, people. This is going to be a great fucking card.
Omari Akhmedov,
yes,
and Brad Tavares, yes.
Yes.
Oh, I thought that said Jimmy Rivera for a second.
Oh God, could you imagine on the early prelims?
Yeah, and then you got Jessica I versus Jennifer Maia closing that one out. Those are usually on Fight Pass. I don't know if hang on.
Usually those are on
it
Fight
is.
Pass.
I just looked. Yeah, it's on Fight Pass. Okay.
Prelims.
And then the fucking natural born killer motherfuckers.
Carlos
versus Max Griffin is closing out the prelims on ESPN. The first fight on there.
Stand up.
Huh?
Albuquerque stand up. Carlos Condit.
Yeah,
Come on,
shit.
baby. But other than that, Ryan Hall. One of my favorite fighters, Ryan Hall, is finally coming back. And this motherfucker is no slouch. The guy who finally accepted a fight. The guy who finally accepted a fight with Ryan Hall is an undefeated killer on the ground, on the feet. I am so fucking excited. Tapura. Yeah. Tapura. Yeah. Fucking amazing. I'm very excited for this fight.
I gotta tell you, man, the one that's got me really revved up, other than the Carlos kind of fight, Nico Price and
Nico Price. I mean, dude, does this not have fight of the night written on it? This one right here,
100%. Right here. This is going to be a
these two
bonus fight. At the very least, this is going to be a bonus fight. Yep. No question about it. Nico Price, weird looking body, but he's a fucking killer. Michael Pereira, oh my dude, he's just a flat out killer.
Yeah. What a prelim fucking fight.
And then you just close it out with Max Griffin and the natural born killer.
And again, Carlos Condit, they're not giving him a slouch. Max Griffin is a fucking beast. This is going to be amazing. But usually towards the end of careers, they like to help out some of them. You know what I mean? It's been there a while, but Carlos, some of them don't need it.
Told them. Well, maybe Carlos went to them and said, "No, man, I want to fight."
Exactly. So, yeah. And what a fucking fight he's going to get Saturday night. Now let's move into the main card. And ladies and gentlemen, just as a reminder,
hang on before we get into that. Something just hit me in the head.
What's that?
Can you imagine this? Carlos Condit beating Max Griffin. Nick Diaz beats Jorge.
Yeah.
Carlos Condit, Nick Diaz too. Oh man.
My God, a rematch.
Dude.
This lady. Oh my God.
If you've never seen that fight, do yourself a solid and you're welcome.
Yep.
Go watch that fight.
Yep.
Oh, I tell you, God.
Even during that fight, I believe GSP was scared. All right.
Where are you at, George?
Before we get into this main card, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to remind everybody to go to our social media, Twitter and Instagram, Dirty in DZAN, just like it's spelled out right below me here. You can find us on there. I will be doing immediate coverage after every fight of the main card. So look, if you're strapped for cash, you just can't afford the main card, make sure you follow us so you get the results immediately. If it's a fight ending result, I always post a video. If not, you always get updates right away. So make sure you follow us.
Just as a heads up, he's going to tell you the results. So
right, just so you guys know, they will be posted there live right after they
if you're one of those guys like me that doesn't start the fights until like 45 minutes after, so I can blow through the fucking commercials.
Yeah.
Because I do that. But usually by the time the main card starts, I'm completely caught up. So
exactly. And it's pay-per-view. There ain't no fucking commercials there, baby.
That's right.
It's all live.
Go ahead.
And then maybe perhaps me and Dirty are going to talk about this afterwards. If we do not get on live Thursday after the press conference, we will be maybe posting a little something for you guys. So just so you guys know, there will be a little something because it's fucking fight week. It's Conor McGregor. DZAN has to show the fuck out. And I have to drag Dirty's body along with me. I have to drag Dirty's body along with me, whether he wants to come or not. I'm dragging him to it. And this is fight week, motherfucker. Fight week and Dirty birthday week. It's a twofer.
Oh, dude, it's just etched in stone that
you've never seen me this excited. You've never heard me yell this much in a podcast. I am so fucking pumped.
Have you seen? And we'll get into this when we're gonna do. You guys have already seen the.
You guys already watched
breakdown for Dustin and Connor, but I just want to say the crowds there already are insane.
Mm-hmm.
This reminds me of when Connor fought who was
Habib. Habib, right?
No. Wait, it was either it was Max Holloway in Boston.
Oh, okay.
Right?
And you had you had the entirety of Ireland that went there. Yeah.
I'd never seen anything like that in my life.
Oh my God. Everywhere.
It's like that right now in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's insane right now.
If I'm not mistaken, this has gotten more pre-order buys than the
That's
than the
exactly
fight.
right.
It's the most pre-order buys
we'll
in
talk
UFC
about
history.
that.
So very excited. All right. So main card, Sean O'Malley versus Chris Martino. We've already kind of talked about that one. I mean, come on, here we go. But Sean O'Malley kicking off the main card should be great. And then the next sleeper fight we have is going to be probably a contenders fight here between Irene Aldana and Kunutsiava. Is it
Kuniskaya.
Kuniskaya. Yeah, there you go. Kuniskaya. That's going to be a great fight. I mean, both of these women are.
Well, Irene, well, Kuniskaya too, but Irene she's a killer, man. She is not afraid to go to war at all. She will stick her head in there. But Greg Hardy and Tuivasa, oh my God, dude.
Dallas, stand the fuck up. If
Man,
you're a Cowboys fan, you better be watching this fucking fight. This is look at Dirty already. I fucking love me Greg Hardy, but listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is going. Oh, you just wait till football season, sir. You just wait till football season. It's going fucking down like Charlie Brown.
You're right. The Cowboys are going down like Charlie Brown.
No, you're fucking funny. You're hilarious. Yeah. Look, I'll just say real quick, it's not going to be as tough as the Volkov fight, but this is his second toughest fight for sure in Tai Tuivasa. So I wouldn't be surprised entirely at all if Tai won, because Tai has been so much more strategic in his last couple fights. But nevertheless,
what a great Greg Hardy, you know what you're getting. He's going to go there and try to take Tuivasa's head off. It's just, yeah. But Tuivasa's got a lot. He's a much more complete fighter. So
right.
If Hardy doesn't get him out of there, in first round and a half or so,
right.
I got a feeling it's gonna get ugly for him.
Yeah.
And then
main event.
Dude,
what a fucking matchup.
Listen, I can't stand the thought of picking this fight. Not because I don't think I know who might win. It's primarily because this surprises even me, but I, for years, have been just an enormous Stephen Wonderboy Thompson fan.
Agreed.
And it surprises even me because I am not a very religious person. Okay. Anybody knows me knows that.
Right.
I'm the antithesis of that.
Right.
But when he fought Wonderboy, I think it was the first time they fought, and they did this interview and they were showing him training with his dad, and he was running the hills in South Carolina, and his dad just kept working him. And then they showed about when he was younger, it was mandatory that they went to karate, Kempo, and all of that. And it just warmed my heart to see the relationship between Wonderboy and his father. I love that. And from that point on, I just became a huge fan of his. And then on top of it, he's such a unique problem in the UFC. Everybody that fights him has to completely adjust their game. They 100%. Have to bring in somebody special to train with. And it's not that he's not beatable. Clearly he's lost 4 fights, 2 title fights he's lost. Well, anyway,
1.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just an enormous fan. I don't know if he can beat Gilbert Burns.
This is single-handedly the hardest fight to pick on this card.
Maybe of
all
the
the fights. It
is
such a tough fight because Gilbert Burns has shown time and time again.
Oh my God.
Do not count out Gilbert Durinho Burns. You just fucking don't.
His BJJ.
That's exactly what I was going to say. His BJJ is on a whole nother level. But besides that, the fact that the man doesn't have to rely on that because his striking is so good. This is where we get into the realm of different levels. This is where we get into the realm of being a true mixed martial artist. And Gilbert Burns is one of those men who is a true mixed martial artist. And Stephen Wonderboy, he's no slouch too. He has amazing takedown defense.
Hey,
when you think defensively,
the thing I love about Wonderboy's approach to fighting is his unique ability to do that whip with his feet, with his kicks, and if you watch his feet, they slap really hard.
Yes.
And it's such a flick. And I've never seen, I've seen it before, but not to the level of
purest
his.
of technique.
And it comes out of nowhere.
Kinda
I
reminds you
don't
of
know
that rose
how
kick.
he gets his foot from the ground to somebody's head that quickly is absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Um,
And usually you want to hit right there on right where the ankle meets the foot. You kind of want to curve it right into them. He is okay with those toes slapping across the face, and it generates so much force. It's just like a kick.
especially with that whipping thing that it does.
Technique he has is incredible, man.
I just love watching him fight, man. It's such a unique experience. And I think that that's a big part of it too, is that it is a unique experience when you're watching the UFC. It's kind of like, I remember, I'm old, and I remember there was this guy, Rocket Ishmael, and he was an Olympic runner, track runner. He ended up signing with the Oakland Raiders, and he couldn't catch the ball, but he could outrun everybody. And it wasn't even close. They just ran him on a bunch of post and seam routes and just got him upfield and threw the ball, and he was going to get there. He had a problem catching it, but it was such a unique experience watching him that it was exciting.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting with Wonder Boy. You're never going to see another fighter in the UFC like him. You're just not. It's so much fun to watch because it's different. Gilbert Burns and everybody else in the UFC, they have a very specific skill set, and they usually adhere to that skill set. Obviously, Gilbert Burns is BJJ as well as his striking.
Right.
Whereas Wonder Boy, his tool chest is so deep. He's never really mastered anything other than karate, but he's got such a tool chest, and it's just so much fun to watch. And so every time he fights, I get excited to watch. So
this is going to be an amazing fight to watch, and it's again one of the toughest ones to pick a
chess match. So, and it again, no, a Wonder Boy fight always is
a chess match. Yep.
Yes.
That's it for UFC 264, because we already covered Conor and Poirier, ladies and gentlemen. And if I'm not mistaken, we are not including music topics this week. That's going to be on next week, because you know what, guys, the past couple weeks, so many albums have come out, from Trick to Logic to Tyler, the Creator, and so many amazing albums have came out.
I wasn't a fan.
DZAN
it
has
was
to
okay. Tyler, the Creator was
We're saving that one, Dirty.
We're
saving that for next week.
Sorry. All right.
But I agree. I agree. Okay, we're saving that for next week. But yes, we will talk about all the albums that have came out, and one in particular that surprised DZAN, very much so. So we'll go over all the music stuff next week.
We just didn't have enough time, guys. We had tough.
It's fight week.
We wanted to do a separate breakdown of it. God damn it! It's birthday week.
It's birthday week. Hello. Come on. Peace out, people.